important to understand when you are an entrepreneur. It's important to understand what you are good at and what is something that you should delegate because that's a weakness. Welcome to a new episode of Business Conversations with Sergio. And today I got someone really special, Kit Tran. He's the business owner of Heaven. It's a serial entrepreneur. He's from Hong Kong. And he's going to tell us and share with all of us his story, his successful factors of what, making to go from one shop to five now. So first of all, Kate, I'd like you to share your story. Share us what are you from, like your cultural background, your professional and entrepreneurial background.
My name is Kit. So I've been running even for 10 years now. So my background, I originally from Hong Kong, and then I moved to Australia when I was 18, and then I started uni in WA in Perth. After I graduated, I moved to Sydney to open the business. So a little bit about my background is I always into the hospitality industry. So since when I was when I was in primary school, I was like, those people are so cool in the industry. I really want to be with them, and I really want to work in, like a cafe or restaurant. Since when I was a kid. And then when I was in Perth, I was in doing uni, and also at the same time, I was also doing part-time work in restaurants, in cafe, in fast food industry as well.
I work in hospitality. It's such a hard industry. A lot of people say that it's a hard industry because the profit is low. It's one of those industries that demands a lot, demands like to have good food, good service, good interior. Why did you decide to go to another cafe to open a cafe? What was your story? What's the story behind all of that?
Sergio, you are really right. Yeah, this industry is really, really tough. So I think the margin is also low. Thanks for understanding this. So it's very challenging, honestly. This industry, and also it's getting even harder and harder. I think these days because of a lot of factors. So a lot of good cafe in Sydney or in Australia, they're really good. Like for example, they put food or really good coffee. But what I believe is, I think cafe or um, hospitality is all about the people. It's all about the connection with the people. So I really want to have something that there's like a space that people can connect with people. Like they will feel warm, they will feel welcoming, they will feel being taken care of. That's why I opened here because this is what we are doing here. We're not just serving you food with coffee, but at the same time, we provide the happiness to make your life better.
Beautiful story, and that's something that really got my attention because I've been a customer with Heaven for I don't know, like 2 years, 3 years now. And one of the things that it's very appealing is the aesthetics of your place, right?
Thank you.
Because you have created something about your interior. So when you come here, you feel like it's kind of relaxing, and also people are nice. You got the coffee right, call it Asian food with a twist. So I'd like you to tell us a bit more of about the interior, right? Because this is such an important element. A lot of people might not know this, but when we talk about the four piece of marketing, one of them it's the product, it's the placement, it's the promotion, but it's also the interior design, it's the physical space. So I'd like you to tell us what made you invest in interior design because clearly you have invested. Tell us a bit about that story. What's the story behind?
It's a really good question, and I really appreciate that your feedback and also your support and with like my space. It means a lot to us because obviously build a cafe to build a shop is not cheap at all. The labor cost, material is always expensive in here. So a lot of people also ask me the same question: why we spend so much on fit out on the design? some of them they think it's not necessary because they believe if you have a good order, serving good coffee, people will still come. They don't really care about the design or the space. But for me, I think it is very important to me because when I go to a cafe or when I go to a restaurant or a retail shop, first thing I would see is the atmospheres, the look and make me want to go into the shop. So it's very important that if I don't know anything about the shop, the interior will really is one thing that will really catch my eyes, and also there will be one of the main reasons that why would I go into that shop. Second thing is about the people there because before I having my coffee, before I having my food, first thing I need to talk to the people there because someone will come to me and serve me, and that person will be very important because it will give me like a very first impression of the brand, of the shop, or the whole culture of the company. Yeah, so that's why we invest a lot because we believe the space is very important. Also, when you dine in to enjoy the experience, those are actually like some little details, some little things that you may not really know what they are, but when you sit in, when you finish, it's somehow, something will really make you want to go back to the shop again. It's just some little details that it's hard to tell, but yeah, it's all about the space and material.
What's important of hiring someone to do this, to hire a third party to do this, because like you have literally invested in hiring an interior design company, you have partnered up with them, and you were telling me before we had a conversation about this, and then how you were trying to do it first yourself, and then you move from that to decide, no, we're going to invest in it. What's the importance of saying, you know what, this is an investment rather than saving here, but then it will end up being higher?
Yeah, it was a really, really tough lesson. Honestly, we learned a lot from the first job that we had back to 10 years ago. We had no choice, at that time because our capital was very little, and then we also underestimated the fit out cost in Sydney. So once we start the project, and then on the midway, we start realizing our capital is actually like far less than what we actually need. And so we, just start thinking of something key and something, is had to be smart. So there's a lot of things that in the shop that we had to do ourselves because we didn't have enough capital to hire the contractor or designer to do it, and so we had to basically had to study a lot online and to see how to do things. And then we do like a lot of things, for example, like painting, whether we got a lot of furniture shipped from China direct, but they all like, new pieces. So we spent like, I think about 3 nights, like overnight to build them up and install them. They are like really, really heavy. So it was a really, really tough job. But after I think a couple months, after we trading, things just start breaking apart. And so there was another like, I can't remember how long, but maybe half a year or even 1 year, I was just like spending a lot of extra time after work to fix things, plumbing, and then fix that and that. I go to Bunnings all the time to buy a lot of tools, equipment to fix things, but it wasn't efficient and also is actually wasting a lot of energy and time. It wasn't ideal at all. So now we'll never do it again because we are not professional and we should hire someone professional to do it.
It's one of the toughest lessons, right? To delegate to a team what they're supposed to, what they can do better than us, right? And it's important to understand when you are an entrepreneur. It's important to understand what you are good at and what is something that you should delegate because that's a weakness for you, right? So a lot of which is challenging when you're a small business owner because you don't have a lot of resources, you have limited resources. So now I'd like you, Kit, to tell us about a bit about your story, because you went from having a shop in Central to have five locations across the city. You got one in Rosebery, Barangaroo, you got on Dolly Square, now Great Square, you got like a new location, right? How do you go from, like someone who wanted to be an actor, by the way, you wanted to be an actor, to say, you know what, this is the path that I will follow. This is, this is where I'm going. This is where, this is me growing and making this business bigger. How do you like navigate that? Like that, just learning. So maybe someone who doesn't have like those resources, how do you think they should be doing this?
Yeah. So Sergio just say my original, not original, but still part of, one of my dreams is to be an actor. Since when I was a kid, I think two things that I really want to do. One is actor, and one is working in the restaurant. So now I'm in the cafe industry, and I really enjoy it. But for me, I always think that if I want to do something, I want to do something big. I don't want to do something small, and then and then at the end of my life, when I think of it, it feel like I didn't do anything at all because I just kind of like wasting my life here to do something more thing. But if I could push myself harder, I could do a lot more, and then so I won't regret my life. So it's very important to me is if I want to do coffee, if I want to do a cafe, I don't want to do something that no one know about it until till the business close. But I really want to do something that everyone would know, and then everyone would also love it. That's also the other really important thing for me is how do we help people when we are doing business? So my thought, my goal is I want to make people happy. When you guys come for coffee, when you guys come for lunch, you're not just having a good product itself, but you also have a really good experience, have a good time. It can be with your friends, with your family. It also can be your own, but during the visit, you feel good. What can we like we can't do it then? So give you more energy, back to work, feel better basically. Yeah. So never changed. Yeah. So still now I'm in the business for 10 years now. Still the same thing. Every day, still want to get people happy. So this is more like pushing me to do more because I want more people to feel it. I want to make more people be happy.
Which is a great purpose in itself. Thing that I have learned is that when you run a business, you need people around you that they do their work. They're efficient in what they do, they're hard workers, they work hard for you, because that will make your life so much easier. So one of the things that I like about your shops is that every time you come, it's a barista, it's very talkative, they engage with you, it's good customer service, which by the way, it's not quite easy to find in Singapore, Australia, which is an opportunity in some. I like it. I like to understand, and that you share. How do you build that team? That team that work hard for you, that help you build that brand that you wanted and that you have in mind. How do you make happy besides your customers? How do you make your staff happy?
Very good question. We also learned in a really hard way. Um, for the first couple of years, actually, we didn't know like what we were doing, honestly, because a lot of things are very new for us. Uh, Design of training a new team, we also have to train ourselves, build a culture, how to build a shop, how to make the business healthy. So that was a like really like a big thing for us, and it was like a big job for us at the beginning. And then after a couple of years, we start learning, when we start understanding is the people, the team is actually more important than us because they are run the business for us. They actually the people that make coffee, who talk to the customers. So if we don't know how to train them, if we don't know how to keep them here, we're just gonna, be the same all the time. If we want to grow the business, then we have to have like a good team and a team that they love to work here, and then they would love to take care of the customers for us. So yeah, it's actually I think it's pretty hard. Like for yeah, like you say, yeah, in Sydney, Australia, it's actually not quite common. Sadly, yeah, we see a lot of cafes, business, restaurant. They do amazing food, amazing product, but it seems like they don't really care about the culture and the customer service, the space or the environment, the atmosphere. But for us, I think it's very important that is we need to have the right people right there because it's speaking for us. Yeah, it's not like other business that you put copy or if you ask me how, yeah, I would say yeah. First thing is we have to be happy and we have to be the model for them. Is like how do we make them happy first? How do we make the team happy? And how do we treat the customers? So I always say that yeah, uh, if I'm a good boss, I will have a good employee, and then if we have good employee, we will have good customer too. So this is what I believe. I think, yeah. So for us, we are building the happy culture here. I have to be happy. Yeah, even that sometimes I feel stressed, because sometimes can go up and down. But I always have to be positive. I have to be a model for them is yeah, we're gonna be good. Yeah. We don't forget what our purpose here is. We are here to make people happy. We not just think about making money here. So this is what I always tell the team is don't forget what we are doing here. So don't worry about anything. Yeah, whoever come in, to make sure that they will feel happy.
That's a great insight because and what make people happy is like good wages because here in Australia we it's quite expensive country. The cost of living is quite high. So one of the things that really help is when you, especially in hospitality, right, to retain a staff is to give them a good wage, and that help. But also exactly what you say, having that positive attitude it helps. How you to become that manager, that better manager? Because you say, oh, a happy boss or to be a better boss. So how do you become that person? It's like for me, it has been like I had to learn like a lot of lessons, and I need to ensure that I grow inside to be able to like show that to the rest, right? Somehow it's like you need to love, what you do. You need to love who you are as a person to be able to like engage and to be able to like connect with other people. So how do you do that? How do you learn that?
Honestly, it's very difficult. Yeah, I understand like what you say completely. We always have our time, right? Yeah, life it doesn't go easy sometimes. So even that like for us, yeah, it seems like yeah, our business is going good. Yeah, we have 5 jobs now from 1 to 5. Many people will say, "Wow, you guys are so successful now. Yeah, you must be like making $1 million." Yeah, like that actually. So we are still learning every day. So it's still tough sometimes. Yeah. So sometimes I also feel really depressed, like during low season or when we have something not going quite well as we expect. I also feel really sad about it, especially when we have sad customers. That's what I really care about. And so if someone, yeah, telling us something that is they don't like to be happy, it's that it's making for me. But yeah. I'm also learning as well. Like in the last 10 years, I think I have a lot of time that I was like, maybe I have to give up. Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe I should, just quit and then, just sell the business or, I just gonna, yeah, go away. Yeah. But yeah, all the time I tell myself, no, no, no. Yeah, I have to keep it going. Yeah, I can't give up. Actually, yeah, I feel a lot of good things. Yes. Can't just say, oh, today is a bad day, so yeah, really bad. So now I know, yeah, it's because I have to think, yeah, what I have done right, and what our regional goal, what our target is. So those things never change, right? Yeah. So yes, we may have like a couple of customers, today they're not happy because of some experience, but it's also a good lesson for us because okay, we know this is not the right thing. This is it didn't happen in the business. So we know that okay, so in the future, we were just gonna be stronger and stronger because with more experience, we know what to do. So the better lesson we have, yeah, the stronger we get. So yeah, so for me now is yeah, even now we have some downturn or we have some negative feedback from the customers. We take it positively because we know that it's gonna be an experience, is we're gonna learn something and then we're gonna be stronger. We're not gonna do just a 1 day business. We're gonna do the business for 10 years, 20 years, or even 100 years. This is just like a yeah very piece. Yeah, so we shouldn't take it like too seriously. But we learn it from there, then we know we're gonna be stronger in the next 10 years.
Which is a very strong point there because I feel like we are pretty much taught to win, but we're not taught to fail or to deal with negativity. And negativity is part of life, especially if you want to start something from scratch, which is what you have done, for like the past 10 years. I guess it's been like you said, like a lot of ups and downs and a lot of lessons that you learn and a lot of like taking the time apart and just think if how you can do it differently, right? So is there any method or anything that it help you to grow? Like anything that you do that you have done that it helped you to grow in that entrepreneurial journey, in saying, okay, we're going to do marketing in this way, or we should, like, because you have a line of merchandise, you got like workshops, you got like a lot of parts of the business, which is it's great, you have built a model. So how do you manage to go from like one shop to five? What was that, thing that you did extra? The magic, what is the magic? Tell us something
Yeah.
that, you know?
Sometimes I also ask myself the same question because I feel like yeah I'm actually such a lucky guy, I would say, because there's so many times that the business could fail, we could close the door because most of the time it's because of the finance. So the first couple of years was actually really tough because we waste a lot of resource on something that necessary. So we was like so broke, and like so many times we were like about maybe we need to close the door next week because we won't have enough um, pay the bill to pay our employees. So yeah, but so many times it's like uh, nearly, and then all of a sudden is something changed. Uh, Maybe it's kind of like a push for us because we like nothing to lose now anyway. So we're gonna do whatever. Yeah, we're gonna do all our best to anyway. Yeah, nothing to lose now. Yeah, if we have done it, we're gonna try it. Still fail, that's fine. At least we made a good thing. So we know how to. Firstly, is to build the foundation of the business. Like every single location when we open now, we know how to build the foundation first. So we know the business won't close, at least won't fail. But yeah, the next stage is to think about how to make money out of the business. So is it's actually a learning stage. Like I'm still learning every day because the market is actually taking so fast now. Even that a lot of things that we were doing in the past maybe 3 years ago, COVID, something changed, and then we adopt a new thing. But now the market is like pretty different now, the buying behavior and everything. So we just have to catch up the new trend, new culture. For the new location, of course, we will have new customers. The majority of people, the culture there is so different. So we just have to keep learning every day. Can't be like, oh, I'm 10 years here now, I know everything. It's never like that. Market is just changing so fast, and this market is so selfish. People will always go for the new thing. They always go for something that they would like. Come back to you if everything is the same all the time and we don't catch up, for the new trend kind of thing.
Very, very strong point there, like catching up with the industry, understanding the trends, understanding what's happening out there. quite relevant advice, I would say. So you mentioned something in that answer. One of them was the foundation. You say, okay, we know that we have a foundation now. One of the things that it really got me from your because I own a restaurant as well, and I know that sometimes you gotta be really smart in your choices in like the number of items you got in your menu. What are those principles or what foundation do you have? Because you got like something that it's really appealing from the customer perspective, but from when I think about what's behind the thing, it is very in a way effective and not so complicated to put together. So what we say is that foundation for you as a brand or as a business that you replicate in your other locations.
Definitely is our regular customers. So all our students now, we have a very like solid regular customers base. Like for example, like Sergio, you come all the time, and then probably I think I it's you guys like almost every week when I was with the Rooster, like every weekend. We always come for coffee a couple of times. So the regular customers is always our foundation because uh, no matter happen, like you guys will still drink coffee and you guys will stay in the area. So you guys will still come, but if we don't have you guys, then we can't predict the business because we don't know who's going to come today. And then one day it could be very busy and then one day it could be very quiet. But if we have the regular customers, we know, and then we know their, routine and also, their schedule, we can kind of like predict, okay, how busy we're going to be. For example, say, there's a lot of families in, for example, Roseberry. We know that during the school holiday, some of them they may be away because they may go for travel, they may go for somewhere else for like a couple of weeks. So we know that okay, morning maybe at the bar because those people may not come for a morning coffee. Then we know that okay, we can come for there, and then we also know don't worry about that because we know that those customers not like they don't like Haven. They have some plan this week, so they are not here. So this kind of thing is really helping us to do the prediction, really helping us to do the plotting, a lot of planning as well. And seeing running the business, I know that the regulars is always really powerful people because they will actually share the message for us. So it's kind of like a marketing because if they have a really good experience, they will actually share that with their friends, their family, and then they will always bring their friends, their family, and then their family, their friends will bring more friends and family. So it's kind of like a marketing for us. For us, we don't do like very aggressive marketing. We have a marketing team, but we do like very soft marketing. So you will see us all the time on Instagram, media, but we won't put ourselves too hard on marketing. For example, we don't do much promotion. We won't do a lot of like fancy stuff to be like, oh, please come, we have something like crazy for this week. Yeah, please come and try. Not like that, but we target to have um, the people that we actually love our brand, love the space, and then they will always come. Not because of we having some crazy thing, it's because they want to be here. They
Kind of predict or foresee the number of customers, the potential customers, and focusing on like the experience rather than quantity, which is a great and focusing on the word of mouth rather than like big marketing campaign or big promotion. Especially here in Australia, because here in Australia, I feel like we focus a lot on experience. We like our local products. Normally, big brands they don't do well because we got our own version and we're very particular with coffee, we're very particular with food, and we have it specific, so that works, very well here in Australia, I would say. Now I'd like to, you say, Kate, at the bit, like you said when you open in Central, you say there were a few things that it didn't go well. So I'd like you to tell us a bit of what didn't go well, what will you change, how will you do it differently, or what you have done differently since then.
beginning, I have a lot of partnership. Yeah, feel shareholder at the same time. And obviously, we were very young, so everyone had their ideas of the cafe. Everyone wanted to do something. Yeah, which is a really good approach because everyone was like so excited about the business, but also there's so many ideas and then trying to make everyone happy. So we try to do everything, but obviously, yeah, when you run a business, it can't be like that. Focus on one of the things only to build your brand, to build the culture first. So I think at the beginning, the really thing for us is there's a lot of direct time, and then people, yeah, just always say things. And then so today we do A, tomorrow we do B, next day we're gonna do C. For the team, it's so hard because they don't know what we want. They even the customers, they kind of can't expect what they're gonna get next time when they come in. So it's hard to manage their expectation. You can't want to be like that because the people they want to come back because they must look for something particularly. They must look for something like for Haven. They look for the experience. They look for the happiness. They don't feel it. They will be so confused. And then the next time they may not come because they will be like, I don't want to be disappointed. Or today is kind of like a big day for me. I don't want to have any mistake. Maybe they are maybe their girlfriends, fiance or something. So they want to make it like really special. They not like today. It's like they feel like they confused. What are we doing here? You know, something like that. Yeah. So this was happening, and also the first location we had in Central, there was a lot of like things happening. So we had a line of construction there. I think 2 years after we opened, construction was like so big. It was there for like 3 years. Like front of the shop must couldn't be very noisy, it's very dirty all the time. Basically, our revenue dropped by I think about maybe about 50% to 70%. It was a really really tough. And then after they finished, COVID just hit. So yeah, it was like almost like about 5 years after we opened the shop. So we're lucky because our lease is also finished. So we got an option to move out, and so we moved to Rosebery during COVID period, and it was a change. Yeah. So yeah, but the first shop we actually learned the partnership, and then we managed the expectation to kind of.
Now, I'd like you to share how do you manage to, because one of the things about this type of business, right, is you gotta ensure you don't have a lot of waste. You reduce cost as much as possible. You're efficient, which is something you have said, like keep it simple. You have said keep it simple. So experience is sort of an efficient experience, right? So I'd like you to share how do you reduce costs? How do you manage to make it better, like financially, to make it sustainable? Because when people think sustainability is just like environment, it has to be the environment. Business wide, it has to be.
Labor cost is a big thing. And second is cost. So those things can be like about 60% of business. So if you can't manage this well, you won't make any money in your business. So for us, labor cost is always the big topic for us. And for us, we can reduce labor cost quite a bit if we don't care much service, if we don't invest too much on experience, but because here we want everyone to have a good experience. So we rather to sometimes have a labor extra, labor cost, but in return, with customers, more regular customers come back here. But definitely for whoever running a business or restaurant business, I would say, yeah, if you want to manage your cost well, is from the hiring process. Because if you have someone strong, if you have someone experienced, that person will be able to actually cover maybe 1.5 person keep the job. Yeah, of course, because they're experienced, they are good, they may ask for it more. But think about it, yeah. Say they may ask for like a $5 extra an hour, but you can actually replace another person. They replace 1.5, like half person already. It's actually saving a lot, and also that person will actually give you a lot of insight of business. Will actually give you a lot of different ideas of actually. So it's actually a kind of an investment, I would say. So for us as well, yeah, we'll be happy to pay for someone who is experienced really help the business, rather than hire someone who doesn't have any experience and they may be cheap, yes, but also there's a risk that they may not do a good job or they are slow. But eventually, you need to hire an extra person to do the same job. So eventually, you won't make a better result. Yeah, it just cost you. And then obviously if you have good barista, good chef, they know how to manage their preparation as well. So you won't have such like a lot of wastage. Eventually, it will save you a lot of money.
That's a great advice. I agree. Definitely investing in your employees. Even in training them, uh, giving opportunities. I have experience. Like having people in the kitchen who weren't good in the kitchen. I saw the potential that they have working outside. So I swapped them from working in the kitchen to the front, and it was a success. It was like great managers. So I guess like working your team, especially the hard workers, where they can develop. Uh, and it's an investment. It's definitely an investment for your business. So now, Kate, I'd like you to share what is next for Heaven. What's happening? Because I know like you got workshop, you go like by the way, they have like all these different coffees, filter coffee. I love because you really have like single origins. Every week you go like a new menu, and I love that because it's different testing, different for those ones who love coffee. It's a great experience. So I'd like you to share a little bit more what's happening behind the scenes. What is next for you for your business?
Yeah, well, first, thank you, Sergio, because I can see that you're really like a true supporter because every week we have something new for our single origin coffee. Yeah, it does mean that you actually really come every week to see the different origins. So yeah, really appreciate that. First, yeah. So yeah, for us, it's 10 years now. So we opened five shops in 10 years. We almost complete our phase one. It was our target for phase one is to have 5 stores. Then the next stage, we're gonna do job until we have our own supply chain. So our next step is to open our central kitchen, a central roastery, and also potentially we may have our central bakery. Everything internally instead of the moment we feel using some external facility or even working with some supplier to get our ingredients, pastry or coffee beans kind of things. But in the future, yeah, if we want to move forward, for us, very important is we have the facility we can supply ourselves and then we can ensure that we always have the same standard on everything. So this is more important, yeah, than just extend. So in the next couple of years, yeah, we will have our central kitchen, central roastery and bakery maybe, and then expanding to other areas. So target is to have 10 shops in the next 5 years. But we will see how it goes. Yeah, because we're not in a rush. Yeah, we're happy with what we have now. It's just one of our target. But yeah, we will just do our best for sure.
Are you planning to expand somewhere else in Australia, or just this is just Sydney, this extra 5 shops, so you haven't thought that far? Or...
At the moment, we are just focusing in the city. People have been asking, "Oh, are you interested to go? South Asia, or even in China, Japan, for example." It sounds really interesting and very exciting as well. But at the moment, we just don't know how to do it yet because I believe we need to have a stronger team to make sure that Sydney is doing great first. Then we have the stronger foundation to support our expansion to other countries. So I think for the next at least 2 to 3 years, I don't think we will look into the overseas market yet. Or other states. Uh, Maybe after 3 years, we would see maybe we could think about uh, Melbourne, maybe Brisbane, even Adelaide. Yeah, if we're talking about it as well. But just for now, I think Sydney only.
Sydney for now. All right, that's good. I like you to now because this is all about entrepreneurship, a small business. So I'd like you to share one of the trends that you observe out there that you feel in the hospitality industry. There are opportunities. And we see more and more, like fusions. We see more and more uh, experiences. People appreciate more experiences more than, especially after COVID. Also, one of the trends that you think will be potential opportunities for someone to explore it, someone who's looking for business opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. After COVID is actually changing very fast. Basically, every year we deal with the new trend and also I would say the two business models the we work in the next at least 2 to 3 years. So first is something that is originally open. What do you guys call it now? But we used to call that Instagrammable. Now we call TikTokable. Yeah, it's something that people would like to take video, take photos and share with their friends. It's like so powerful too. So if you have something like very special, it's very unique. You have like a great idea and know how to promote it and over it. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, it may not like sustain for a long time, but if you have your ideas to how to your ideas or that to extend to range or and something like that, I think you can try. The other things is things is never change is
I'd like to ask you for aspiring entrepreneurs. They have limited resources because you start from scratch. We're not talking about someone here who have like big investment or anything like that. You start from scratch. You go like a lot of hospitality industry. You start like 10 years ago. You were actually 20 something there, and then you manage to build something with limited resources and no resources. What would be that advice for those aspiring? How can you start?
so yeah, when I first started business and even with my partner, we were not like rich people at all. So money was always a big thing for us, and I think there's a lot of people they struggle to open a business because they think they don't have money, they don't have uh, finance- financial support. Which is very common. Yeah, we understand because when you look at the build-out cost, when you look at the investment, for example, the equipment and things, it really can cost you 300K easy. Yeah. Now, yeah, if you are a uni student or someone who just graduated from uni, who can afford to pay 300K at the beginning to open a business, right? It's so difficult, I understand. But don't please never underestimate yourself because if you believe that you have a great idea, if you believe that you have some unique and you have done something different with others, trust yourself, always believe in yourself because uh, you will see a lot of people, they will say no, they will say a lot of bad things about your idea and they will laugh at you, even your family, even your best friends, your partners. Yeah, they will be like, no, it's not gonna work. Are you joking? Yeah, that kind of thing. But if you believe in yourself, just do it. And with friends, yeah, they look at me differently too.
That's a great advice because actually a lot of people think that innovation happens because they got a bright idea or because you know technology or because you know X, Y, or Z. And it's actually quite the opposite. It starts with you having um, experience in the world, having curiosity, uh, having creativity. Choose or analyze an issue that you encounter, and then you find a solution to that issue. So, and obviously, the main criticals are going to be your family, are going to be the ones close to you. But when you're sure and you build that confidence based on your research and based on the work that you have done, that idea could, grow like can be a business as you have proven yourself. So that's a great advice. All right, Kit, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you for today. Thank you for sharing all your wisdom and all your business. And as I said, Kid Heaven, it's located in Green Square, Roseberry, Darling Square, and missing two.
Darling Porter and Barangara. Yeah, don't worry, you already did a great job. Yeah, people gonna remember all the locations, right? Yeah, thank you.